Hey everyone, thanks for being here today. I know a lot of you clicked on this video because your phone has probably been lighting up with messages, Facebook posts, YouTube comments, or even emails claiming that December 17th is some kind of special Social Security day, that two payments are coming, or that there's extra money on the way. I've seen the same posts you have. Some of them look convincing, some of them sound official, and a few of them are honestly pretty scary if you're depending on your next check to pay rent, buy groceries, or cover medication. So let's slow this down together, take a breath, and walk through what is actually happening, what is being misunderstood, and what you should realistically expect. First, let me say this clearly right up front, because clarity matters. There is a lot of confusion right now, but confusion does not automatically mean something bad is happening. It also does not mean free money is suddenly guaranteed. December is always a noisy month for Social Security news. Payment schedules shift around holidays, cost of living adjustments get discussed, and people are extra alert because end-of-year expenses are high. When you mix that with viral social media posts that oversimplify or twist real information, rumors spread fast, especially the idea of two payments. So, where did this rumor actually come from? It didn't come from a secret announcement by Social Security. It didn't come from a confirmed press release promising extra checks. What sparked this wave of posts is a mix of three things happening at the same time. First, some beneficiaries are receiving their regularly scheduled December payment earlier than usual because of how weekends and holidays fall on the calendar. Second, some SSI recipients are seeing a payment that technically counts for the following month but arrives early. And third, there are ongoing public discussions about benefit adequacy, future COLA changes, and possible reforms that people online are blending together into one misleading story. When people hear early payment or adjusted payment date, it's easy for that to turn into extra payment once it gets passed around on social media. But an early payment is not the same thing as a second payment. It's simply your normal benefit arriving on a different date so that you're not delayed by a holiday or weekend. This happens every year, and it's one of the most misunderstood parts of the Social Security system. Let's talk specifically about December 17th, because that date keeps popping up everywhere. For some Social Security beneficiaries, December 17th falls within the normal payment window based on their birth date. Social Security retirement and SSDI payments are staggered throughout the month, depending on the day of the month you were born. That schedule hasn't changed. If December 17th is your normal payment date, then yes, you may receive your usual benefit on or around that day. But that does not mean a second or bonus payment is being added. For SSI recipients, the confusion is even more understandable. SSI payments are normally issued on the first of the month. When the first falls on a weekend or federal holiday, the payment is sent out early. That means some people see two deposits close together, one at the end of one month and one at the beginning of the next. But again, this is not extra money. It's simply the next month's payment arriving ahead of schedule. The Social Security Administration has been consistent on this point. When payments are issued early due to calendar shifts, they are clearly labeled as the next month's benefit. The total amount you receive over time does not increase because of this. It just changes when the money shows up in your account. Unfortunately, viral posts often leave out that key detail. Another reason this rumor gained traction is because there have been public statements and discussions recently about the financial strain seniors and low-income households are under. Lawmakers, advocacy groups, and even SSA officials have acknowledged that many beneficiaries are struggling with higher food costs, rent increases, and medical expenses. When people hear officials talking about support, relief, or reviewing benefits, some assume that checks are about to be sent. In reality, most of these discussions are about long-term policy, not immediate payments. It's also important to understand how Social Security money actually works. Benefits are paid out of dedicated trust funds that follow strict rules. Sending out an additional payment isn't something that can happen quietly or quickly. It would require clear authorization, funding, and formal announcements. If extra payments were approved, every major news outlet, the SSA website, and official mail notices would be talking about it non-stop. That's not what we're seeing right now. Let's talk about eligibility, because that's another area where misinformation spreads. The rumors often say things like all seniors, everyone on Social Security, or anyone over 62. The truth is that Social Security programs are very specific. Retirement benefits depend on your work history and age. SSDI depends on disability status and work credits. SSI is needs-based, meaning income and resources matter. Veterans benefits, SNAP, and other assistance programs all have their own separate rules. Right now, there has been no confirmed announcement saying that people on Social Security retirement, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, or SNAP will receive an extra December payment simply for being enrolled. If something like that were proposed, eligibility would be spelled out very clearly, and it would not apply automatically to everyone. Another question I've seen a lot is where the money would even come from. That's a fair question. Social Security funds are planned years in advance. Emergency payments or stimulus-style checks require separate funding and authorization. We've seen that process before during national emergencies, and it was very public, very loud, and very specific. Nothing like that has been finalized or announced here. Now let's talk about timelines because this is where honesty really matters. What could happen is continued discussion about benefit adequacy, potential future changes to how payments are calculated, or adjustments in future years. What is unlikely to happen is a surprise second Social Security payment being dropped into accounts without warning in mid-December. What is unknown is how future policy debates will play out, especially as economic pressures continue. But unknown does not mean imminent. If you're watching this and feeling anxious because you were counting on extra money, you're not alone. A lot of households are stretched thin right now, but it's important to base your planning on confirmed information, not viral posts. Relying on rumors can lead to missed bills, overdrafts, or financial stress that could have been avoided. So, what should you do right now? First, check your official Social Security payment schedule. The SSA provides this information directly, and it tells you exactly when your payment is scheduled and why. Second, look carefully at any deposit you receive. The description usually indicates which month it applies to. Third, be cautious about anyone asking for your information or claiming they can help you unlock an extra payment. Scams spike during times like this. If you get a call, text, or email claiming that you need to act immediately to receive a second payment, that's a red flag. Social Security will never ask for your full Social Security number, bank details, or passwords through unsolicited contact. Anyone promising guaranteed extra money in exchange for information or a fee is not legitimate. I also want to be very clear about something else. Sharing accurate information does not mean ignoring real financial hardship. Many seniors and low-income households genuinely need more support. Acknowledging that reality doesn't require spreading false hope. It requires transparency, patience, and advocacy based on facts. If anything changes, if something is officially announced, or if new guidance is released by the Social Security Administration, I will explain it clearly and carefully, just like I'm doing today. No hype, no guessing, no false promises. You deserve information you can trust, especially when your livelihood depends on it. As we move through the rest of December, remember that adjusted payment dates are normal, early payments are not bonuses, and silence from official sources usually means nothing new has been approved yet. That can be frustrating, but it's better than being misled. If you've seen a post or heard a claim that's confusing you, feel free to share it in the comments. Chances are, other people are wondering the same thing. And if you want to stay updated with honest, plain English explanations of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, and other federal programs, make sure you're subscribed and notifications are on. You're not wrong for asking questions. You're not wrong for hoping things might get easier. Just make sure the information guiding your decisions is solid. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself, and I'll keep you posted as soon as there's real news to share.